Now, what has happened is irreversible. It can't be undone. So many people look for the big boom, the big sparkles. But what has happened in these energies is the most important thing, and it's irreversible. And there was an internal shift that through this internal shift has shifted our timeline and the trajectory of your life and the things that you will have in your life. It's all totally changed, and it's all changed because of that I am, because of that internal shift. And it really has been a very wild, really 3 days, you know. It's very, very potent, and we're feeling those shifts in the body, and maybe you went through the shifts in the stomach, the solar plexus, right? Feeling the density in the liver leave you. Your lower back might finally be releasing. Oh my God, it's finally released. Well, a lot of that, you know, we were all twisted and wound up from the old world, the connections in the lower energy center. And now we have disconnected. We've disconnected from people, things, situations, limiting beliefs. And what this process that has occurred, and there are physical attributes to it that you will feel, but now your way of being, you could write that down. Now, today, and moving forward, your way of being, it'll never be the same again. You can't put these things back in the box. So, you know, Cliff, I'm reading the chat right now, and that's why I took the time. Once again, I did another watermelon cleanse. And you might be called to cleanse or do a fast. And, you know, during this process, allow the body, give your body the opportunity to do what it needs to do. And it does know what to do. It's called autophagy, right? And when our body is carrying this out, all the densities that we held in those old cells and the dead cell parts and all these things are being removed. And now once you are lighter and once your frequency is shifted, none of these things it can't come back no more. So yeah, you're going to feel it at soul level, Paul. A lot of us are feeling it. You know, we're all been discussing it, and I appreciate everyone coming on this podcast today. We're live. Grateful if you hit the like button. It pushes this forward. Other people will hear this, say, you know what, I'm feeling some deep changes that are happening. The way that I feel, what I will tolerate, what I won't tolerate, what my soul is calling for, and all of these things, it becomes irreversible. You can't go back. And this was always about, was it about the famous people on the TV? No. What was it about? No. The false idols? No. It was about you. It was always about you, this shift. And the main key of it was awareness. And once you're aware of who you truthfully are, your God-given gifts, what you're here to experience on earth, you can't become unaware of it anymore. Awareness is irreversible. Awareness is the precursor to change. See, you weren't aware. Maybe you tolerated things in your life. You tolerated the low-functioning stuff in your life. Now you're aware. It's the precursor. Now there is change in the way you move. And it was really this overall theme that we're going through is the truthful freedom. They had fake freedom. We talked about it yesterday. I learned a lot through yesterday's video. If you haven't watched it yet, it's getting great reviews. And I also learned that many people in the world don't understand, a couple people in the world don't understand satire, okay? But there is a clown world out there, and clown world is coming to an end. Do you understand that? And now you're the leader I'm the leader. We are the leader. Not those people out there. Not the big, the sparkly, look at all the famous people, right? No, you're the leader. You're the leader now. So once you become aware to this and your frequency shifts, you are done. You are done explaining to those who aren't going to make it. You know, every time I've leveled up, and anytime a person levels up, you're going to see that there's good people, right? And they want to bicker with you, right? Or they just pop up, right? And the reason for this, right, you have to understand, it's not a real person. It's not a real person. It's part of the matrix. It's an NPC program that pops up to get you to stay in this, you were on this level over here, and now you're rising up, right? Midge is rising up right now. Right, Source Shield is rising up right now, right? Melanie's rising up, and then you're going to see these people that pop up. They're not real people. They're NPC programs that you are challenging the limiting beliefs of the matrix, and then they you got to get them out, and then they start doing this to implant things in your brain so that they get you to stop from moving forward. Because the people that are tuned into this message, you could focus on this entire message because you're an empath. You are done allowing narcissists to determine your life's trajectory through their anger. Isn't that isn't that right on cue? Isn't that right on point? You are done. You are done allowing narcissists to determine your life trajectory through their anger. Why don't you smash the like button if you love that one? You know, one of my top podcasts that's exploding right now, I was discussing, this shift in the world right now, and how empaths are rising up and narcissists are lashing out like never before, and more people are listening to that. You check it out if you haven't. If you're resonating with what I just said, you got to check it out. Okay? So what we have to realize right now is there is a big timeline shift that is occurring. So if you are seeing me and you haven't been seeing me for this past week here, are you feeling lost? Or do you feel like you're in a fog? Do you feel like you're in a dream? Right? You say, I'm lost. I feel like I'm just floating in a void. That's a great sign, even though it's very frustrating to us. Because when you feel like that, that is the sign that you've shifted your timeline, the trajectory that your whole life is going to go on. Why is that, Uncle Mike? Oh, because your subconscious has been reset. And now the subconscious is going to be the driving force for 95% of your everyday life experience. So if you do feel this right now, if you feel like you're lost, you feel like you're in a fog, and you could even have... Sometimes I get so tired, and I'm like, I feel like I have everything's like I literally looks like a fog. Okay, I'm sitting out here today. I actually pick up, there's a little smoke in the air. There's fires going around the whole world right now, but some people aren't aware of this. Do you understand what's happening to the world? Do you understand what the day and time is? Do you understand the season that we're in? We're in a new season right now. We're in the year of the fire horse. And as one world ends, a new one begins. And there will be people that get pulled, ready? They're going to get pulled into this. And that's why they're lashing out, because they don't want to let go of that old mindset. They don't want to let go of their old ways. And then there's people that are, I'm so light. I'm floating around. I'm so light. I'm as light as can be. I'm cool. I'm as cool as the other side of the pillow, baby. Yeah. You feel nice and cool now. And this is so important. Oh my God, it's so important to be cool. Yeah. Are you cool? I'm cool, baby. Well, you gotta be cool, because it's all about your nervous system. Oh yeah. And when your nervous system is chill, if you're sitting back, we're going to sit back now. We're going to be nice and chill, baby. And when your nervous system is chill, then, right, you don't have that restriction. The big shift really happens in the solar plexus. I encourage anyone, we're not going to do it all again. We got the videos waiting on the channel page. You click subscribe and check out those videos on the solar plexus and what we're all going through, okay? This is a shift that's irreversible, and this was always about freedom. It was always about your freedom. And many people lived in a prison, and they cared about what other people think. If you care about what other people think, you will be caught in that prison. Because you can't stay small because you're going to make someone feel uncomfortable because they want to be a narcissist. You can't do that no more, kid. You can't be that way no more. Because if you do that, there are so many things that you want to do, but you're concerned. You're concerned about what other people are thinking or going to say, or maybe they're going to say nasty things. You got to live your life, man. And that's the way of the Matrix. Those are the NPCs of the Matrix, the bots. And they actually keep you in that level. But what has happened is irreversible. Now you've taken back your freedom, your sovereignty. And as much as we have to be cautious of anything that is outside, but sometimes we have the internal chatterbox that's going, because you did have terrible things happen to you on your journey. There's not probably one person that's had a rosy-posy journey if you're focused on this type of content and message. You probably had some tough things happen to you. And in the background, you're saying to yourself, you know what, I'm afraid. I'm afraid to go after love, to open my heart. I'm afraid to go after my dream, right? I'm afraid to speak my truth because someone might gaslight me. Who gives a what about them, bro? Who gives a what about them, sis? Right? No, you got to speak now. Now you got to have fun. And you'll see this, you know, you're having fun, you might have fun, and you see, and then there's people that want to say like, rain on your parade, right? And they want to, because they always, it's always a frequency level. So what I'm teaching here is an immutable truth. It's always the frequency. It's always the frequency. It's not the label, right? It's not the outside. It's the internal frequency, and it's always a match. And one of I want everyone to focus on this energy theme that you're going to see. This is, and then you're going to see clusters, right? And you're going to see this, right? It's called dysfunction. And those are the people, right? Yeah, people loved yesterday's lesson. People were laughing, right? No, they go towards the dysfunction, and there's people that go towards peace. So during this massive shift, it's always you. I'm here to tell you, if you know this one thing, it will make your life so much easy to navigate out of the matrix. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the beautiful comments coming in. Appreciate you. You got to listen to this right now. And if you understand this, you're going to say, yeah, now I see the matrix. Oh, this is a real thing. Okay, so when you go out in the world, you know, and in yesterday's video, people loved it, and some people got triggered, right? And you have to understand, there's fake people. If you're a content creator, there's fake people in your community. Keep doing you and leave these people in the dust. Do you get me, bro? Do you get me, sis? Whoever's listening to me. Leave fake people in the dust, because you have to be true to yourself and speak the truth. You can't be afraid to speak the truth. So there's people that are out there that collect. It's a collection around something, and it gets bigger and bigger, and then it becomes ingrained in the ego. Cosmic Dreams, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so grateful for the support. You're amazing. That guy's dancing around there. I appreciate that, Cosmic Dreams. Thank you for the support. I love you. Very grateful. So in the world, you have these people that can't think for themselves, so they become part of what's called a pendulum. And the pendulum grows, right? And the pendulum is, some people call hive mind, right? It is a thought or a belief, and it's out there, and people go to, they don't actually love you. They love the fact that you believe the pendulum, you are part of the pendulum, you are part of the hive line pendulum, right? Fitbit writes bingo. Okay, so today, if you're hearing me for the first time and watch the previous videos, you're gonna love them. You have to be true to yourself. You are the I am. You are not, and again, pendulums don't also have to be like a negative thing, right? But in this polarized world that we are, and the great changes in the world, people that can't think for themselves, I can't think for myself. I'm gonna, look at this. Oh, look at this fake social media influencer. I'm gonna attach to this pendulum. Well, pendulums don't always have to, you could have fun with pendulums too, right? I have some friends, we joke around about sports. You could follow a sports team. Like that's like a live-hearted, light thing about pendulum, but pendulums exist, right? So, and I like to use sports to teach what's going on in the world. So if you see people and they're all going for a certain team or whatever like that, right? And so pendulums. You gotta understand pendulums. So you have disconnected from, you could hop on the pendulums, you could hop from one to one. You're like a free spirit like me. Woo! You wanna be like me? Do you wanna be a free spirit and go around the world and love people and be truthful and not be a fake, you know what? Yeah, we could do it together. We could be free. We could bounce around from pendulum, but we don't have to be attached to those pendulums. Do you understand? You're picking up what I'm putting down? So these pendulums in the world, or hive mind, right? The thought or the belief, that's not a real person. It's part of the matrix. It's not coming from the heart, right? So when you hear me, right, it comes from the heart. There's something called resonance. So when you go out in the world and you have resonance to things, and you say, okay, this resonates with me. This feels like it's like nails on the chalkboard. All right. But again, it goes to frequency. So if I am the embodiment, the epitome of truth and authenticity, people that resonate with truth and authenticity, they're going to love it. And then there's going to be fake people. It's going to sound like nails on a chalkboard to them. And that now we start seeing the pendulums of the world. It starts to form. But the two main splits, okay, a lot of people are discussing the big split in humanity. That's really already happened. It's happened energetically, and now it's starting to physically happen, okay? It is the split of truth and fake, Christ, Antichrist, whatever the thought process, whatever the terms are. There's many different terms, and what I like to do on this channel, I like to reach all different types of people, regardless of their background, their color, class, or creed, and we all come together, right? So if you love truth and people are leaving the fake matrix world, you have to realize this: the entire world you lived in was fake. And some people have cognitive dissonance about it. Watch my video from yesterday. Right? Can't have cognitive dissonance. And you can't care about what other people think about you, okay? If you're on this podcast, if you're part of this channel, right? If you're loving it today, click subscribe today. I appreciate that. We're gonna change your life like never before, baby, right? So, Neville Goddard, and he was a great manifester, right? So you can't care about what other people think about you. And most people don't care about you. You have to get it through your head. And what he's referring to, that it's not like a mean thing. They care about the pendulum. They don't actually care about you. So then you, at the end of the day, you wasted your life because you were concerned. You were concerned with these fake people thought about you, and you didn't even birth. You had a great thing to birth into the world, and you sat there in fear, and you didn't move. There's so many people that self-sabotage. They live in anger. You should be having love, baby. You want to make some love? That's how you have to live right now. Look, the hearts are coming in right now. Let's flood the chat with the hearts. That's what you have to do. And if you do this, if you're bettering yourself, You're going to inspire other people. And then you will also see people that attack you because you're bettering yourself. This is just the truth. You have to understand the mindset and the psychology of what's going on in this world. And those that are locked and loaded on this channel, you are going to make it real easily through. It's not really easily, but you're going to be going right through. It's difficult because pendulums, right? They're swinging back and forth, and you might get knocked over. You might, oh, these people over here, and oh, we believe, and this, and you don't believe what I believe, and I'm gonna get angry at you, and I'm angry at you. Get TF out of my face. That's how you have to be. You get me, bro? That's how you have to be right now. What just happened is irreversible. I could never listen to someone that does. I know you're full of it. I can't listen to these people. It's happening at a rapid pace, right? And people that got triggered, right? Because they're your false idols and all they have all, and everyone else, but look at all the numbers and look at all the this and that and the other thing. But those were the people, right, that were getting led astray, and you get triggered, and you get triggered. What just happened is irreversible. You don't have time. You don't have time to explain yourself to people that aren't going to make it. You have time to build. You have time for love. You have time for fun. And you don't have time for anger. You don't have time for nonsense. You don't have time for narcissists. You don't have time for trolls. You ain't got time for it. A wise man once said, I ain't got time to bleed. That was Jesse Ventura. In The Predator. Some people remember that. Oh, it was great. Remember when the movies were great? What happened to the movies? Anyone? I love those good time movies. That was a good one. Yeah. So, the most important thing, so those are the things that are outside of you. Now I'm talking to you. Sometimes in life, we have something negative happen to us. And when something negative happens to us, then we're living in fear, and we will actually create our own prison cell. Amy Sunshine Ray, thank you so much for the super chat. Just let your love flow. Yeah, just let your love flow, ladies and gentlemen. I've watched many people over the years, right? They couldn't let their love flow. They had to be angry. They had to run away from love. How about you run towards it? Thank you, Amy. Jill Warsaw, 1111. Oh my God, cracking me up. Book, love you, Michael. I appreciate you, Jill. Thank you for the super chat. 1111. Yeah, we gotta laugh. We gotta laugh at the clowns. Don't let Clown World take you down. Start laughing at the clowns and keep moving forward. That's all you gotta do. So in life, you might get hurt. And in your brain, you're running this program that says, oh, I better stay safe. Don't do that again. You have this internal voice. Well, maybe you're the divine feminine, and you had a worthless beta male treat you wrong. And then you see the real divine masculine, right? And then you are rude to him, and you run away because in your brain, you say, I better stay safe. Don't do that again. I'll get hurt. Right? So and then you create a prison, and then you never find love in your life. Okay, you got a lot of women. Why do I keep attracting the same? Gotta fix this in the brain. Okay? So you can't say better stay safe. Gotta get to the intuition. You gotta get to the intuition. You know who's for you and you know who's not for you. Right? So you can push, you can prevent love, wealth, experiences, all of these things, they can be prevented when you say to yourself, oh, I better stay safe. This happened before. I'm not going to do it again, right? It's part of our journey, ladies and gentlemen. But where the responsibility comes, you don't just avoid everything. You have to do your internal work. You change your internal frequency, you get your clairs up, you get your intuition up, and then after you're an intuitive warrior, nothing phases you anymore. So that's the importance why this is an irreversible shift that's happening. brother, you want to start something, right? And you know, you say, oh, but maybe, you're concerned I'm going to be gaslit, or maybe you have to leave one thing and maybe it brings a lot of money. And this maybe be less money, but it's your calling, right? It's your soul that's calling. And in the modern world, a lot of men are disconnected from their intuition. And here on this channel, we're supporting men. You know, intuition really is more of a feminine thing, right? Being connected to the spirit is more of a feminine thing. But this is what the return of the divine feminine actually means when you understand that they are just energies, right? It's feminine energy, masculine energy. We hold them within ourselves, right? And that's what the return of the divine feminine actually means, right? And then your intuition goes up. In science, it's called achieving hemisync, balancing the left and the right hemisphere of the brain. And some people are too much in the rational, and if you do that way, you're never that you could get trapped. The rational brain is important because you can't operate in this world, but you have to know how to balance both. And everything that I present on this channel, it's all about balance of both, where you're not going to see that. What I'm doing here is I'm birthing something new into the world. It's very difficult to do what I do. As I stated earlier, a lot of things in the world have to deal with the pendulum. What side are you on, right? And that old way of labels of this or that, are you a Democrat, are you a Republican, it's collapsing right now. And it's just about the soul. And then there's people that you could say, oh, I'm gonna like these people because they have the same label and they're a bad person, and maybe a different person has a different label, but they're a beautiful person, but you ran away from them because they have a different label. This is a deep channel. Click subscribe and fix your life today. Fix your life today. Fix your life today on this channel. Fix your life. You know, there's people, you know, and people that are here, they go through a spiritual awakening, but there's a lot of traps in certain spiritual communities, labels, so on and so forth. And then there's gaslighting. If it's the same thing. So it's a secondary matrix. So what we have to do here is get to the core frequency, right, of freedom. Because if you're not free to make your own decisions, I have to make a decision because of what other people think. I have to make a decision so I can fit into this pendulum of society. I have to make a decision so I can fit into a fake spiritual community that's all being exposed, that's all collapsing, it's all falling apart. I got to fit into the system. And the people that are on this today, if you have felt a great change in your stomach lately, you're having these strange signs. Our lower energy center, right, mostly our stomach and our lower back, right, your sacral, which is your sex energy, baby. You get those oranges going, right? These are the things, and that's how you create. You can't deal with the shame. No, you got to express yourself. Right? You can't be in survival mode. Oh my God, I got no support. My lower back. Oh my God, I got no support. Right? Oh, my stomach. Oh my God, my stomach. Right? Right? I have anxiety. I have anxiety, fear of the future. I can't pay my bills. Right? Do you understand all the things? So all of this of the old world, all of these connections, we've had these energetic connections, is all unraveling. So you could sit there right now and you say, yeah, I feel like I had knots in my stomach. I had knots in my lower back. Maybe you couldn't express yourself. Right? Maybe your drive is going through the roof. Right? So all of that energy down there, right? That is your foundation. That is your foundation to operate in this world. Then you have your higher connection up here, right? So that is all the changes that are happening is irreversible. I'm just reading the chat right now. You hear me? Hit 555. And you know, it is it's a great shift. And when you have that feeling of, oh my God, I could just be myself. Oh my God, I could be myself. Don't you love it? Don't you feel so comfortable and safe when you have someone next to you and you could just be yourself? And that's why, you know, it's like people, they don't get it. When you could just be yourself, that's the goal. That's what's important. Why? Why is that? So your nervous system is nice and calm. Oh, thank God, I don't have to put on this performance. Right? And then you're twisting your gut, you're twisting your lower back. The flow ain't flowing. You got to let that stuff flow. And when it's flowing, you're not so uptight. Then your whole life, it's an exponential, right, swing. Exponential swing of the pendulum. We can't walk on eggshells, Melanie writes, right? You can't walk on the eggshells. And that's why you have to be the spiritual warrior at this time. There is no going back or turning back to where you were, because awareness is irreversible. So now what we're living through, and we're living through this high intensity energy, which is changing us on the inside. And when your internal frequency shifts, nothing that is on the outside, if there was a connection, false connection, out of here. True connection just shows up. And leave the fake in the dust. Leave it in the dust. We're out here chilling today. We're chilling with the palm trees. I got my palm tree shirt on today. You like the palm? We got to chill, baby. That's how you have to be. Breath work, Michael is writing, very important breath work. And there's something special about the breath. It's a portal, baby. Oh, yeah. Do you know about the breath? You see, there are certain things in life or certain functions of the body that are only run by the subconscious. And then there are things that are run by the conscious. And then the breath is an overlap between the subconscious and the conscious. Oh, you learned some good stuff on this channel. Click subscribe. Click subscribe today. I appreciate everyone. The outpouring of subscribing is I'm so grateful for all that stuff. Okay, so this is where we start to find these little things and we benefit our life. Because, and again, it's not, you like this shirt? Cebu? I appreciate it. We have to understand, it is part of our nature to run off the subconscious. And then we get triggered, right? Because we don't realize it. So even if I'm triggering you, I'm just being real. I'm trying to wake you up, because until you are aware of it, until you are aware of your behavior, you can't fix it. And that's why each and every one of us went through, I'm sure everyone that's listening in on this, from 2020 on, there had to be at least one time, I'm sure there was multiple times, but I'm sure there was at least one time where you went through the dark night of the soul. And then you started to see it got so intense, your life. And then through that dark night of the soul, you were able to reevaluate things. It has to get intense. And that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Stacy, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for another excellent message. I appreciate that beautiful comment and the beautiful super chat. I'm so grateful for that. Thank you. So, really be yourself and have fun and know that you're not going to be understood in this world. So we're all out there, we're in a different world right now. We're all connected, right? And I learned, yes, I'm always learning. I sit back, I take the pulse of society, I observe the human behaviors of the world, and I realize that some people don't understand satire. I'm like, Okay, never mind. Anyway, watch yesterday's video if you haven't watched it. So, when these things get intense, it reveals the truth of what's inside of a person, and you don't want to go with the extra. Oh, she looks a certain way. Oh, look at the arm candy, but maybe she's a you know what on the inside. You better wake up, bro. You better wake up. Oh, he acts a certain way, right? But then he treats you rude, divine feminine. You better get your intuition up, girl. Right? I'm like this is like the toughest life coach ever. If you're here, you're bettering your life. If you're getting triggered, do better. I don't know what else to tell you, right? And again, yesterday was a great microcosm of that. We all have to do different. I had to do different. I'm constantly learning. And I'm constantly shifting according to these energies. That's what I bring to the world, because some people don't talk about this. You know, I teach, but then we also have to recalibrate while we're in the energies. There's a time for this and a time for that. And right now, you like my lemon water? You like my lemon water? Knocking things over. And when you do the deep detox, those that have done it already, you know that feeling you get in the back of the tongue when you do it. And you know, when I share from. What's up? So, you know, if you're tuned in here, I'm sharing, you know, who I am and my journey, and then you apply it to your journey, you know? And on my journey, you know, I go to the gym, I work out, right? I want to get my muscles, you know, big from eating and stuff. But then I understand, right? Then I understand the time period, like right now, and I'm called to fast. And I'm called to do a watermelon cleanse all day long. So like if a person saw me for the one day, you know, and they say, but that's not, I want to eat my grass-fed beef. I want to do this and that. So we have to know that this is a journey, and you have to listen to this guy right here, right? You know this guy, right? It's called your body, and you have to listen to that body. And what you need to do is start listening to your body and not fake social media influencers. Ooh, because a lot of them are just in their ego, right, to prove a certain way, or this is what the pendulum is, and everyone gets, to this little pendulum over here and this little pendulum over here. What has happened is irreversible, and it's empowering people to stand up. It's empowering people to do things that nobody else can do. And you might have to get to the place where it's all versus one. That's power. That's power. You get me? So, the psychological changes that are occurring is described by the great Carl Jung, and is the process of individuation. And as I've gone through that process, and I'm sure there's many people have going through this process as well, you go through the process of individuation. You don't fit into pendulums that are fake, egoic, narcissistic, right? So you have to leave anyone that's attached to that, and they can't be in love. They can't be in truth. So when you go through the process of individuation, you are not going to be liked by narcissists, trolls, people of a lower frequency that don't want to be free. You want to be free, and you have to be free. So you can't get the pendulum. You can't allow these things to pull you into that pendulum, and then you're not free. Then everything that you do is trying to appease other people. This is irreversible that has happened. Do you understand? And that energy has hit us. And now we are the embodiment of that energy. You don't go back and don't go down there. It's dark. It's dark down there. Don't you want to be up here? Got to rise up, right? Got to rise up. It's powerful stuff. So it truthfully is a timeline shift like never before. And you have to have this realization, and you have to have an open mind, okay? It's part of the scientific process. Keep an open mind, right? You know, and that brought me on my journey. I see a lot of unscience being applied in this world. No, you have to keep an open mind. You have to question everything. And this is how we are anointed by God to do what we need to do in this great change in the world. And you cannot live in fear. Because if you're living in fear, you'll never break free. You'll never break free. Okay? So, peace is an eye-opener, Catherine. Peace really is an eye-opener. Once you have achieved peace in your life and you say, I feel, okay, everyone's got to listen right now. You say, okay, I feel this peace. That is an irreversible moment, because there's, for nothing in life, once you've achieved peace, all right, I feel at home doing this work, doing whatever it is. You can never go back to one of those old jobs that you don't feel at peace. Your body won't allow, you just can't do it. Oh, I have peace, right? And maybe you were stuck in a relationship for years. And then you finally was able to evacuate that relationship. You'll never deal with one of those knocks ever again. You feel at peace. And then when that stomach is at peace, peace begins in the stomach. We have a lot of videos coming out. And we have, some of them are already waiting for you if you knew. We have to be healthy again going into 2027. Do you understand what's coming? Some people still don't understand, and that's okay. But on my journey, I'm not going back. I got to keep moving forward. Do you understand? I got to keep moving forward. Ashley, thank you so much for the membership. I'm so grateful. Thank you, Michael. Your message and words are so refreshing. Very grateful for you. I'm grateful for you, Ashley. I love you. I appreciate that so much. Beautiful words. Beautiful people here. This process got us into alignment. We can achieve our freedom through our actions and deeds in this new energy. It's irreversible. Anyone that I encourage people to comment down below, if you have achieved peace, if you have seen, can you unsee? Can you ever tolerate someone that's down here yipping away? You can't do it no more. Mike Singletary, can't win with him. Can't do it. He was right. You rather have less people in your life, right? He said, I'd rather have 10 men than 11 and go to battle. I can't have it. You can't win with them, he said, right? We coach up on this channel. You can't win with them. Do you understand that? You got to be strong. You got to be you. You have to be you. I got to be me. Every day I got to be me. And you're going to see this, because you're going to see that lion. Are you a lioness? Are you a lioness? That lion that's inside. When someone opens their mouth and say, you can't be. No. The lion comes out real fast. It's going to come out real fast right now, because this has happened, right? Sue writes, can't do it anymore, right? Lions are exploding in the chat right now, right? This is the answer. This is the answer. This is irreversible. It's irreversible. I feel the power. Do you feel it? Do you feel the power when I talk? All right. I appreciate everyone. So know that this is happening. It has happened. And now that you have this energy in you, and the shift and the dropping of the baggage, and again, physically, you might be called to fast. You could do it, right? Listen to the previous videos that I have. Some of them will pop up here at the pinned comment. Okay. Brandy writes, great vibes today. Are you feeling the vibes? I am so grateful. If you hit the like button before we get off, and you could rewatch the recording when I get off the air. Check out the video pinned below. All right, hit me up on, look at that, the eagles are soaring here. Hit me up on Facebook. We post on Facebook all day long. Tremendous Facebook community. I'm grateful for everyone on all the platforms. D. Wright, Dwight, thank you so much for the super chat. I once thought I could bend reality to my will, and then I was humbled. God's will is our peace. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. I would say the best thing to do is ask yourself the question, do you have a conversation with God? Some people don't talk to God. You hatch it out with God what you want to do and learn how to, so if you are new, you check these videos out, learn how to pray correctly. Learn what repent actually means. Full video on a channel page. I did it recently. What does repent actually mean? Check it out. Meg writes, I fast once a week. Yeah, typically I just do intermittent fasting, but in this high energy, I'm called to do the long-term fasting. And I got to leave my ego at the door. I got to let the body do what it's got to do. And I got to move forward with my life. And I got to leave all the negativity in the dust. Feel empowered. Let's get going today, baby. I love you guys so much. So grateful for all of you. Grateful for the support. Check out the other videos and share the channel. Anyone that clicks subscribe, I'm so grateful for that. The outpouring of people clicking subscribe recently. And we're here. Relax. You're already here. That's a good one. Yeah, you got to stay relaxed. And when you're, oh, I'm already here. I don't have to go by. There's nothing else I got to do. Stay relaxed. Stay calm. And you done it. And you done it. So let me know down below. I appreciate you all. Love you. Bye for now.